Hello, everybody. I am Grant Flood from Floodsters Sports Zone, and welcome back to another Sportcaster. And I think I got this on YouTube too, so hey, that's cool. If you are subscribed to Bruins Mature 2.0, make sure you go check that out. And the title does not deceive you. We got to get into something really, really clear here. Chris Sims versus Floodsters Sports Zone's top 40 quarterbacks for the 2020 season. You guys have seen the list. Don't worry. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my screen right now. Sorry, you guys might not be able to see it that good. I'll read it off. Actually, I was shrinking this a little bit, and then I'll read it off very, very briefly. If you don't know, Chris Sims, former NFL quarterback, probably wouldn't even make this list himself when he was playing. All right, enough roasting, but yeah, no, I mean, he wasn't really that good, and now he's working for NFL on NBC. But after this list, I don't know how much longer I can say that. Or I'm gonna briefly go over his list, and I'm gonna get into my list, and then argue my points. And shockingly, Blake Bortles didn't make Chris Sims, and obviously that ticked me off. You'll see. Don't worry. Obviously, Bortles is on mine, so we'll get to that when we get to that. But regardless, this is Chris Sims. So 42, excuse me, 39 Dwayne Haskins, 38 Trubisky, 37 Herbert, 36 is Taysom Hill. We'll get into that. 35 Jared Stidham, 34 Tyrod Taylor, Jameis Winston 33, Case Keenum 32, Nick Foles 31, Minshew 30, Bridgewater 29, Fitzpatrick 28, Dalton 27, the rookie Joe Burrow at 26, Drew Lock at 25, Jared Goff at 24. I think that was our only agreement, was putting Jared Goff at 24. Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Baker, Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, Josh Allen, Rivers, Brees, and Brady, way too low. Once again, we'll get into that. Roethlisberger, Cousins, Kyler Murray at 12. Really got to put Kyler Murray ahead of Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Yeah. Very high ceiling. I have hope for him. Ryan Tannehill at 11, Cam Newton at 10. Hey. When I am making this stream, Cam Newton is still a free agent. You are going to have a free agent quarterback in the top 10. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Jadeveon Clowney, he's a free agent, and he's probably still a top 10 defensive lineman. All right, good point. Problem is, last year, Jadeveon Clowney was fantastic. Jadeveon Clowney didn't get injured in week 2 and never played again. Yeah, Cam Newton won MVP. I'd say if he was 10, I'd say it would be about, 2016, 2017. Somewhere around there. Probably was went out one of the top 10 really anytime after 2018, really. You put him even in the top 15. You're just going, I don't know, but I think you're wrong. Number 9, Matthew Stafford. 8, Prescott. 7, Matt Ryan. 6, Carson Wentz. 5, MVP Lamar Jackson. 4, Deshaun Watson. 3, Aaron Rodgers. 2, Russell Wilson. And 1, Patrick Mahomes. This is all over the place. Really, really all over the place. I mean, sure, you could put the rookies and the experienced guys at like 40 and stuff, but, looking at this, I've seen there's at least a few quarterbacks not named Bortles that should already be on this list. One is Marcus Mariota. Yes, not a, Bortles guy, not the biggest fan of Mariota, but the guy can win you games. He's a good scrambler. He's good, he's a fantastic, play action guy. Really, he can really get the job done. I like him quite a bit, so. I don't know. Well, I mean, now that he's on the Raiders, I kind of show more appreciation to him. Another one, maybe not should have made the list because he unfortunately just missed out on my list, but Kyle Allen has impressed me a ton in his time with Carolina when Newton was injured. And I don't know. Oops, sorry. But, yeah, I mean, Kyle Allen's a weird one. I'd say he is literally like 41st or 42nd when I was making my top 40. Another one, which I didn't actually put on my list. I thought at first, I was like, oh, this guy's going to actually make it in my top 40. But then he was also kind of like in that 41, 42 spot. I had Jacoby Brissett in mind. Another one that's very close, but at the same time, you take a look at all the new rookies this year, you're like, well, do I really put him in here? Unfortunately, I think I'd probably put Brissett over Kyle Allen. So if I had to make a top 43 for me, 41 would be Jacoby Brissett, 42 would be Kyle Allen, and 43 would be Case Keenum, who I think, where is he, 31st on Sims? No, 32nd. So, now a backup quarterback in the Browns. I'd say maybe last year where he actually got some playing time with the Redskins, I wouldn't complain. But, unless Mayfield gets hurt, Keenum will not get some snaps. I know I got Kevin Stefanski as a new coach now in Cleveland. I know he led Case Keenum to that NFC Championship. Great, because if you think about it, sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. I apologize. Everyone watching on Sportscastering YouTube, I had no idea what just happened. But we're back. Sorry about that. Oh, geez. Oh, well. At least we're back. And, let's get back into it. But, yeah, the point I'm just going to make it briefly. The point I was making on Case Keenum was that, Denver overpaid him to be the starter. And he was gone after 1 year. Went over to the Redskins, played some snaps. That was only because they had Dwayne Haskins and Colt McCoy as the quarterbacks. We already know if Alex Smith is healthy, the Redskins wouldn't. They may have drafted Haskins, but they wouldn't have brought in guys like Kyle Allen and Colt McCoy was already on the roster, and guys like Case Keenum. No way if Alex Smith never suffered that gruesome leg injury. And that's another guy I want to put on this list, honestly. Alex Smith, now I'm thinking of it, because he definitely would be on the list if he was still a starter. He'd definitely be, I think, somewhere in the top, probably 20 or so. But fortunately, he didn't make the cut. This was last year. I probably would have put him on, but this year, I don't know. He's, 38? I don't know if he's got to come back anytime soon. But anyway, let's get on to my list, because you guys have already seen Chris Sims, and it really was an absolute joke, and I just don't know why they still have him hired. All right, so let's get into Floodsters Sports Zone's top 40 QBs. Can you guys see that fine? How about now? All right, maybe if I get rid of this. Well, actually, no, I like that. It kind of gives a little bit more suspension. All right, so number 40, I have Justin Herbert, rookie for the Chargers. You don't know what you're going to get. I think out of Burrow and Tua will be the worst out of the three. So, unfortunately, yeah, I think Herbert will be just chilling there at 40. But, oh well. He's got potential to do something. I think next year, depending on how many snaps Herbert plays, I think I'd be fine. Maybe even putting him in the top somewhere in the 20s, but we'll see. Number 39, I have Marcus Mariota. Just because, as a Jaguar fan, I think I watched way too much Mariota game film. Looking at it in a certain stance, he's bad. But then looking at it, second overall pick, absolute reach. But should Mariota be drafted, I'd say maybe he was drafted like 18th overall instead of second overall. he'd actually be pretty decent. The fact that he's drafted second overall absolutely hurts him in a situation like this. But I think he'll do well in Oakland. Las Vegas now. Whoops, my bad. Derek Carr, 100% should start week 1. But honestly, if the Raiders, they're, like 2-4 hanging to like week 7. Yeah, maybe you want to make a change. I don't know. I mean, Mariota got bet for Tannehill, and we'll look what happened to the Titans. Made it all the way, of course, to the AFC Championship. So maybe Mariota might get some snaps next year. At 38, I got Tyrod Taylor. Pretty reasonable. I think he is starting week 1, but I think it's ridiculous. I think the Chargers should be starting Herbert. This was like 2018 when Tyrod Taylor was still starting for the Bills. I probably put him somewhere in the mid to high 20s. But now, really, ever since he left Buffalo, he's just gone downhill. Went to Cleveland, wasn't really great there. Basically opened up the door for Baker Mayfield. And I think that's going to open up the door for Tyrod Taylor. So it seems like, for Justin Herbert. So I'm pretty sure Tyrod Taylor is just kind of just like, oh, hey, if we have a rookie quarterback, let's start this guy for the first 3 weeks, and then we'll bench him for a rookie. That's what happened to Cleveland. That's the same exact thing what I think is going to happen here. It's really unfortunate, though, because, of course, the Bengals and Chargers face each other week 1. Of course, we all want to see Herbert versus Burrow week 1, let the better rookie win. But Taylor's definitely getting the start in that game, I would assume. At 37, a man who I think could skyrocket next year. And also next year, a man who may not even be on the list. That's right. I got Jared Stidham at number 37. And honestly, I think he has the potential to be somewhere in the mid to high 20s, depending on how good he plays. He could also fall all the way back down to like the 60th best quarterback in the league. Of course, we don't know. One career NFL pass. It was an intercept. It was a pick 6 by Jamal Adams. The guy has shown he can at least perform in the preseason. We'll see this year, but at least last year, living in the New England area, I witnessed how really good Jared Stidham was in the preseason. He was connecting the majority of his passes. It looked like he had great pocket composure. And that's exactly what you want to have a rookie quarterback. Of course, he's learned that from Brady. So I got to put him at 37. I don't want to because I think he will end up being overall pretty decent. But I have no choice but to put him at 37. He's just unproven. I think next year, though, if he really does perform well, you could see him. For me, I'd probably put him somewhere in the mid to high 20s, if not even better. We'll see. All right, number 36 got Fitzmagic, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Good, inconsistent, but decent. Pretty reliable backup, if you ask me. He's pretty good. I mean, he is ranked the 99th best quarterback of all time, according to Pro Football Reference. So that's interesting. And for number 35, hold up, a man who I think got gratefully robbed from being on Chris Sims' list, and that's the man, like the snake, coming in at number 35. You heard it here first. Wow, I put Blake Bortles in my top 35 quarterbacks. I know none of you are surprised at all, but of course, the main reason why I'm wearing this jersey, and I don't need to go much into detail. Bortles, I think, is very, very good. One of the, I think, better backups in the league. I still think he's top 3 despite still being a free agent. I think people forget how, not only good he was in 2015, 2017, but you're going to say, oh, but that was a few years ago. But, and you're right, it was. But, Bortles played so well last year in the preseason, the Rams only played him for the first 2 games. Like, it was a guaranteed lock that Bortles was making the roster after week 2 of the preseason. That is just impressive on its own. Of course, should have seen more snaps in the Rams-Ravens game, the Rams-Cowboys game, when the Rams just getting blown out and Jared Goff was just absolutely terrible. Should have probably played in one of those games, but well, he did play a little bit, and I think it was the week 13 or week 14 game against the Cardinals. He played a little bit, but I don't know. I think that coaching with Sean McVay is going to definitely help him out quite a bit. All right. At number 34, we got one E to W. Yeah, it's Jameis Winston. Number 34. I mean, back up on the Saints now. I think it's safe to say Winston has probably passed Bortles for the best backup in the league. I know he threw 30 picks. He's also thrown 35 touchdowns. Sure, 4 of them were against the Lions, and you erased that game. He has a 31-30 touchdown interception ratio. But hey, listen, can't blame the schedule. Winston's good. I know he's got his Alice Guy surgery, which I didn't think did great. So I don't know. Winston's okay, but definitely number 1 pick. Probably the best quarterback, I'd say, out of the 2015 draft. I mean, because I don't know if Mariota is going to catch him anytime soon. I'm just trying to think. What other quarterbacks were in 2014? I know 2014 was loaded, but 2015? Yeah, no, I don't really think. It was Winston, Mariota. That'd be somebody else. No, Bridgewater was 14. That'd be somebody else. It was in the 2015 draft. Just not coming to my head at the moment, but whatever. Winston's definitely the best. If I don't even know who they are. Dwayne Haskins at 33. Sims had him all the way down at 39. I think that's a bit too harsh. I think Haskins can be very solid. I think he was the absolute worst rookie quarterback, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, definitely Daniel Jones ended up being better. And everyone's like, oh, Giants should draft Haskins at 6, not Daniel Jones. Well, looking at it now, Daniel Jones has currently been better than Dwayne Haskins. So, I don't know. To take what you want there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And, of course, Kyler Murray's obviously been better, too. And even guys like Drew Lock and Gardner Minshew, I mean, take a look at guys who were drafted in, the later rounds, and they have still performed better than Dwayne Haskins so far. But yet again, the Redskins are just a corrupt organization, and Dan Snyder is, well, it's probably going to be Dan Snyder, but absolutely ruined the franchise for another 20 years, but we won't get into that. But yeah, no, I think Haskins, I think his ceiling is high. Will he, actually, I don't know. I think he has the potential to be pretty good, don't get me wrong, but will he? I'm not entirely sure. All right, we have Andy Dalton at 32. I think that makes sense. I think he is ultimately the best backup in the league now. Taking Dalton over Winston, yeah, I would. I think Andy Dalton could be a borderline starter if, say, someone like Daniel Jones or Dwayne Haskins gets hurt. I could see them wanting to bring him in. Thanks, everyone, for tuning into the Sportscaster stream. We just saw young Jim Kelly and Eli Manning and Daniel Jones. Well, maybe. I mean, I think Daniel Jones would be good. We'll get to Jones in a minute, but I don't know. I think it'll be pretty decent. But yeah, Dalton, I think, is the best backup currently. Number 31, we got. Actually, I lied. No, I have a backup in front of him, and it's going to be either Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles. 31, though, I got Mitch Trubisky. Where did Sims put him? I think Sims put him at 38, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, where did he put him? Yeah, 38. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that might be just. I think that might just be a tick too low. I don't think Trubisky's fantastic by any means. He's definitely a bust. And, the Bears could have had Mahomes or Watson over him, but that's besides the point. He's solid. He's pretty good. All right, I'll quicken this up here. We'll get to the good quarterbacks in a little bit here. 30 got Tua. I think it'll be about maybe 3-4 weeks. Pretty much same thing with Herbert starting over Taylor. I think 3-4 weeks to what will eventually start over Fitzpatrick and really do a good job, I would assume. And, I have him at 30. Number 29, Nick Foles. Kind of like the rookies. I'm kind of grading off of how they'll do this year. So I probably should have put Stidham a little bit higher for sure, but whatever. All right. But yeah, 29 got Nick Foles, won the Super Bowl, hasn't done literally anything since. But, when he got paid by the Jaguars, broke his collarbone week 1, and will end up being one of the worst Jaguar QBs ever. So I don't know. But Nick Foles, 29, it'll probably be about week 3 or 4 before he starts over Trubisky as well. He might even start over Trubisky in general. I think if I was the Bears, I know they declined Trubisky's 5th-year option. I would still go with Mitch, but whatever. Number 28, unlike Chris Sims, who had him at 10 for crying out loud, Cam Newton at 28. Yeah, definitely the best free agent quarterback. I know he's a borderline starter, and I'm going to be honest with you, Cam Newton, he's not going to get signed this offseason. He will not get signed until a starting quarterback gets hurt, because no one's going to want to pay Cam Newton. Yes, Cam Newton's good, and yes, he's technically speaking the best free agent quarterback out there, but he is going to ask for at least, like, I'm trying to think, probably somewhere around $20 million, like a 1 or 2 year deal worth about $20 million. You want to pay that for a backup? No way. Well, the Browns are paying Case Keenum $18 million, but whatever. I mean, every team's going to do that. So, Cam Newton, you basically pick him up, and you are basically kind of wanting to start him. And now everyone's like, oh, he's going to go to the Redskins. Well, not necessarily, because I think Ron Rivera, he got Kyle Allen instead. I think just at the end of, both their times in Carolina, I just thought the Newton-Rivera relationship was pretty much ruined at that point. Jacksonville, maybe, but as a Jaguar fan, I hope not. But I don't know. They got Minshew. They're probably going to try to tank for Trevor Lawrence if, Minshew really struggles. And trying to think, the Bears, they got Trubisky and Foles. They can work it out. Like, hey, the Lions, I think Cam Newton will go to the Lions if Matthew Stafford gets hurt. I could also see him going to the Jets if Sam Darnold gets hurt. I could see him going to the Giants if Daniel Jones gets hurt. I could see him going to the Buccaneers if Tom Brady gets hurt. I could see Newton going a lot of places where there's very weak backups. But it all depends on if their starting quarterback gets injured. At 27, I got Minshew Mania, Jaguar fan. Yeah, I put him over Newton, whatever. I think he'll end up having a better year next year because I just definitely think he's going to play more. Joe Burrow at 26, rookie, number 1 overall pick at LSU. Pretty good. We'll just move on there. I think he's not going to be the Bengals' savior. At least his rookie year, but it'll be pretty good. Number 25, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has impressed me quite a bit, especially in that Tampa game. Thanks, hockey guy, 2228 for the foam finger. But, Timmy NY32 for the tip as well earlier on the stream. But regardless, yeah, I'm kind of looking down at my phone occasionally, seeing like the comments and stuff. But yeah, Daniel Jones at 25. He impressed me a lot in that Tampa Bay game. He's been overall solid, so I can't complain there. Number 24, Jared Goff, the most overpaid and overrated quarterback in the entire league. I mean, very hard to argue. Very point to argue. So, very, very hard to argue that. Me and Sims, I think this is the only one we actually agreed on, was putting Jared Goff at 24. Then to think. Point up. As in 2023, we got Baker Mayfield. Pretty much, I think, is in the same boat as Goff. I think he's probably the second or third most overrated quarterback in the league. I hate to say it. Mayfield's okay, but I don't know. I mean, is he better than like every other Browns quarterback in the 21st century? Yes. He's already like the second or third best Browns quarterback since their return back in 99. The problem with it is that he was drafted first overall, and he's honestly still not even really that good. I mean, 23 out of 32 starters. That's not. It's not great. It's not great to say the least. This is the one I think I'm going to get most heat over. Putting Derek Carr at 22 and putting Sam Darnold at 21. I think that is going to be where everyone's like, "Oh, Grant, you're crazy." Well, thing is. Yeah, and the Joe Flacco as well. Just brought Joe Flacco's their backup, another guy who just missed being on the top 40. But, it's interesting. I think Derek Carr is an overall better quarterback. I just think if Sam Darnold can stay healthy for a full 16 games, I think he'll end up being just a smidge bit better. This is a make-or-break year for Darnold. I think he's going to do very well. I mean, he was doing decent last year. Until he had mono, and then... Yeah, they came back and played pretty decent, except for when he was facing the Dolphins. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's doing pretty good, I guess. Or he is pretty good. Number 20 got Teddy Bridgewater coming over from the Saints to the Panthers. I mean, we've seen me talk about him on the All Sports Talk Show all the time. I think he's going to do fantastic with Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. I think he's going to do very well, so... we'll put Bridgewater 20. Number 19, sorry, Mills Bafurov. I got Josh Allen at 19. Very elusive quarterback, has a cannon of an arm. Problem is his decision-making. I thought Josh Allen's decision-making was pretty solid up until the wildcard game. Then I completely changed my mind. Once the Texans got the lead in that one, man. Josh Allen was just committing stupid decisions left and right. But that was rough. But I think the future's bright for him. I think he's going to have a pretty solid year. Again, Bills, yeah, I could see them making the playoffs again, too. We'll see if we can win a playoff game. That'll be interesting. But Josh Allen at 19. It's just I think he's more unproven than the guys I have ahead of him. Not that Josh Allen's bad. I pretty much say up to Derek Carr is when we're getting into like the pretty decent quarterbacks. And of course, the top 10 are like on a whole different tier, right? But we'll continue on here to number 18. I got Ryan Tannehill. Yes, he made the Pro Bowl last year. Yes, he threw only 22 touchdowns and 6 picks or something crazy like that. But let's be real. Tannehill not going to do what he did last year. Not a chance. And Derrick Henry's going to be getting the ball a lot, especially since the Titans are really going to have to pay Henry next year. They're going to be giving Henry the ball like constantly. Tannehill, he'll have a good stat line. He'll have about, I'd say, maybe like 23 touchdowns, maybe like 11 interceptions, which in reality is pretty solid for a starter, especially for someone like Tannehill. You really are expecting anything more. You're really not expecting anything less. But, and, Titans obviously have a pretty good receiving core with, Corey Davis, Adam Humphries, and, of course, second-year wide receiver at Ole Miss, A.J. Brown. But, yeah, no, I think Tannehill will do fine. I don't think he's top 15 even. Just because I think these guys have just been more proven at this point. I think that's why I played Tannehill just a little bit too low. And I'm talking about how guys ahead of him are, more proven, ahead of Josh Allen and Ryan Tannehill. But I proceed to put Drew Lock at 17. What are you thinking? Well, thing is, I think Drew Lock, bold statement here, but the Broncos do as well as me and quite a bit of other people are projecting them to. Drew Lock won't win MVP, but will be a dark horse candidate for MVP. Will not win it. I don't even think we'll get a vote. But I'm saying, at least for the first maybe, if he plays very good, like Pro Bowl level, I do see Drew Lock making the Pro Bowl this year. But, I don't know, if he plays, he just plays like everyone's projected him to. He's got, drafted, they drafted Jerry Jeudy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they got Jeudy. Already have Cortland Sutton, Javon Winfrey, very good depth piece, and they have like 4 starting caliber tight ends. Oh, and 2 starting caliber running backs. And, when Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon, they also have, who they have? Royce Freeman as well as a 3rd-string running back. That's not bad either. So, the offense is built around Lock. Of course, the Broncos defense, Von Miller recovered from COVID. He's going to come back strong. Bradley Chubb coming back from his knee injury. He's going to be coming back strong as well. Broncos are going to be a scary team. But Drew Lock, I am throwing about 7 touchdowns and maybe 13 interceptions or so. I think, he's only played 4 games, so I'm probably getting way too hyped up on him. But I don't know. I believe in the Lock train. It's not that, I think he's going to be good, but I think it's more because the team around him, I think, is very good. And, Broncos are back, I think, anyway. I think the Broncos are back to being a playoff contender. Super Bowl contender, no, but at least for this year, playoffs. Number 16, Matthew Stafford. I think Chris Sims had him at 8. And then I watched Tom Grassie's YouTube video last night, and he had him at number 9. Yes, Matthew Stafford is a stat machine. Yes, I get that, but I don't know. I think coming back from an injury, it's going to be a ginormous setback. And just simply, I think the guys ahead of him, I think, are just, at the moment, just a little bit better than Matthew Stafford. Again, like I said, pretty much anyone after, Baker Mayfield, I think I'm getting to, a pretty, decent quarterbacks. But, I don't know. I think Stafford could boost his way back up if he really does have a bounce-back year and stays healthy. I think I could certainly boost him up to probably more like the 13-12 range. I could have maybe put him just a little bit higher. Like I said, he's a stat machine. He's got Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones and TJ Hawkinson. I mean, who wouldn't be a stat machine with those 3 guys? The problem is, and I know the Lions' defense is bad, but can he lead Detroit to the playoffs? This is the year when the Bears are in QB controversy. The Vikings' secondary outside of Harrison Smith is absolutely rubbish. And, we don't know what Aaron Rodgers' relationship is going to be with the Packers after, basically having a horrific draft. So if the Lions are going to win the NFC North like any year ever, it's either this year or next year is when they're going to do it. Because I don't know. Because, once Aaron Rodgers, either leaves or retires, I think Jordan Love will probably be well developed by then. Do well. This is the year for Detroit if they're going to do it. I don't think they will. I still agree with May winning the division. It probably even Minnesota, maybe even Chicago over them. I still think I have the Lions, having like a 7-9 record, which, isn't exactly horrendous, but, this is going to be finishing third or fourth in the North. I hope I'm wrong. I've got a room for Detroit. They've just been so cursed for so long. Well, you can thank Bobby Lane for that one. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, Matthew Stafford, 16, good stat guy. 15, Ben Roethlisberger, very good, returning from an injury. Nothing much I could do. Also, no, I'm not putting Mason Rudolph or Devlin Hodges in the top 40, so get out of here if you're trying to convince me doing that. But, I don't know, Roethlisberger, I mean, we know he can perform. Can he come back from an arm injury? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But I think, we saw enough from Rudolph and Hodges. I think Rudolph should start over Hodges most likely for the backup role next year. So, I don't know. Yes, there's also a Paxton Lynch, but yeah, no, he's not doing anything. So, yeah, Roethlisberger at 15. I mean, we know what he can do. If he can stay healthy, he'll just put up, roughly 4,000 passing yards, probably over 20 touchdowns. Interceptions will probably spike up, but oh well. And number 14, we got Kyler Murray, of course, last year's number 1 overall pick. Played very good on a pretty much dismal Cardinals team. I like them quite a bit. Very small, but, you're on DeAndre Hopkins to a wide receiver core that already has Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald and Andy Isabella. Nothing to complain here. I think he'll really break out. I think he could also be a dark horse MVP candidate. I see Locke maybe winning it more, but at the moment. But right now, I am Murray better. That's, I think, just because he's simply playing more games. Jimmy Garoppolo at 13. I mean, starting quarterback for a Super Bowl team. Garoppolo could be in the top 10. I was kind of contemplating about putting him a little bit higher. I don't know. Yes, he was pretty good last year, but it's kind of more like in the Super Bowl, it's like, oh, this was your shot to, win your ring. Without Tom Brady basically winning it for you. And, he was doing fine. I mean, he threw an interception, I think, in the second quarter, but he was doing fine. The defense was holding up, and Garoppolo definitely, outside of that one bad interception that was batted, I think, at the line of scrimmage, right into the hands of Brashad Breeland. I'm pretty sure, that was tipped at the line, and, not really, his fault there. But, once he overthrew Emmanuel Sanders, I'm like, in the final 2 minutes of the Super Bowl, I'm like, there it is. Garoppolo not ready to be a top 10 quarterback. And I think if he did make that throw and they won the Super Bowl, yeah, I think I probably would put Garoppolo at about 10 or 9. But I don't know. I think, Emmanuel Sanders is going to hurt. Of course, Richie James Jr. and Deebo Samuel currently injured. I don't know what's going to happen there. But, yep, Garoppolo, I'll put him at 13. Pretty good, but oh well. Then we have Kirk Cousins at 12. The guy, Jimmy Garoppolo, actually beat in the playoffs, but Kirk Cousins way better statistically. Very good quarterback. I like him quite a bit. Yeah, he's overpaid. Yeah, he can't win primetime games. Well, yeah. You make a good point, but overall, the guy is just a stat machine. I'm pretty sure he's thrown 25 touchdown passes. What was it, the last 5 years? Not to mention, he played with the Redskins for quite a while and was very good, earned that contract in Minnesota. So, I don't know. I've always been a Kirk Cousins fan, and I think he's pretty good. So, we'll put Cousins at 12. And for number 11, this is another thing where, and again, my list is not perfect. Chris's list is not perfect. My list is not perfect. And here's another player where I think people got to be like, this is way too high. You're crazy. Phillip Rivers at 11. Yeah. He pretty much, outside of Jameis Winston, he probably would have led the league in interceptions last year. Yeah, I get it. Absolutely horrible year. But he's still Phillip Rivers. And, they're playing him offense with Frank Reich, and they can build a team around him. I mean, the Chargers have a pretty solid team as well, and the Colts are pretty similar. I just think the Colts are going to do better. Drafting Michael Pittman Jr., already having, T.Y. Hilton. Did lose Devin Funch, but he only played like a game or two anyway. Trying to think. Mo Alley-Cox and Trey Burton, two very underrated tight ends. along with Jack Doyle, of course. And then what else they have? Zach Pascal, Paris Campbell. A very good young receiving core, and I think that'll help him out. I mean, pretty much, like I said, pretty much the same offense he had in Los Angeles. But we'll go with Rivers at 11. I think he's going to have his one last hurrah. I think the Colts are probably going to win the South next year, if I'm being honest with you. Will they win the Super Bowl? No. Especially if it's Colts Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, of course. Rivers, 0-8 against Brady lifetime, yeah, now. But we'll get into the top 10. I'm going to slowly reveal it here. Oh, I already just spoiled, oh, you actually can't. Oh, good. I didn't spoil it. Sweet, because you can't see it. How about that? Well, whatever. You could see 10 through 6. All right, that's fine. So number 10, Dak Prescott just got the 31.4 franchise tender the other day. Very good. Very, very good. But like I made my point in the Dak Prescott stream I made a week ago. Great, he's good quarterback, but when he faces good teams or is in prime time, not facing the Giants or Redskins, he's really, I don't know how to explain that. I think Prescott has earned his way going to the top 10. Of course, 2016 Rookie of the Year, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Prescott's good. Prescott's pretty good. But I don't know. I still think the guy ahead of him, number 9, Carson Wentz, is just a smidge bit better. I think Wentz, I don't know. I think Prescott's better than Wentz, stat-wise, but Wentz, I think, overall is more of a complete quarterback. He can run when he's not injured. He really is hard to stop. Once he gets on a roll, he is pretty accurate. Sure, I'll make the joke, the Eagles would have ran away with the division if they just beat the Dolphins, but we still played pretty good that game. I don't know. Carson Wentz, I think he's very good still. I think I like him quite a bit. And he's definitely the future of that Eagles team. I'm just so happy, they didn't get rid of Wentz just to keep Foles. Gosh, could you imagine if that happened? I would have been mind blown. So yeah, thank goodness they end up doing that. And but yeah, no, Carson Wentz, very good, very elusive quarterback when he's healthy. I think honestly, if he didn't get injured in the first quarter, the Eagles may have won that wild card game. May have. I don't know. Seattle's still pretty good, but the fact that the Eagles are pretty much keeping the Seahawks in check the entire game, Josh McCown couldn't really do anything because he's 41, but they had a guy like Wentz who I'm pretty sure, it was a cheap shot by Jadeveon Clowney. I remember that now. Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. But yeah, Wentz will win a playoff game definitely in the next couple of years, and I have high hopes for him. Number 8, Matt Ryan. Again, this is where you could probably be like, oh yeah, Matt Ryan, top 10. Why isn't Matthew Stafford? I get it, Matt Ryan, stat machine. No, he has Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones, and no longer has Austin Hooper, but he has Aiden Hurst, who's, I guess, decent. But Todd Gurley, not really good receiving back, though. All right, relax. Matt Ryan is very good still. I think so. I think, he's pretty good. Such an interception ratio is still pretty high. And, he even missed a few games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Matt Schaub has started a game or two for Atlanta last year. I think he's the most unappreciated quarterback of this era because pretty much all you remember Matt Ryan for is he won MVP back in 2016, but they lost. They blew the 20-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Well, get over it. That was 4 years ago. Matt Ryan's still a very good player. However, will Dan Quinn survive next year for the head coach for the Falcons? I want to hear your thoughts on that. I don't think so, but guess we'll have to wait and see there. Number 7, I got Tom Brady. Yes, the greatest quarterback of all time. Well, not the greatest in the league right now, but yes, overall the best of all time. Yeah, he's still number 7. He's going to bounce back. If he was still in New England, I'd probably keep him at 7 if he stayed in New England or went elsewhere. I think he's got a better chance to go maybe up to 6 next year or so because, Buccaneers offense is just absolutely loaded. I think he'll do very well. And yeah, I wouldn't panic. I was the Bucs way better than Jameis Winston, of course, obviously. And yeah, I wouldn't worry. Tom Brady, very fantastic. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, 3 pretty good tight ends. Of course, Gronk coming back, and O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. doing pretty solid there. Sean Watson at number 6 had the tiebreaker over Brady technically last year when the Texans beat him on Sunday night. But regardless, Sean Watson, very elusive. I don't know how he's going to do without DeAndre Hopkins. But I think overall, he's still a very, very good quarterback. And yeah, he's definitely the best quarterback in the AFC South at the moment. And now let's reveal my top 5. What do you guys think? I'll actually make that look a little bit better. Actually got the top 10 in there. Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on. Anyway, number 5, got Aaron Rodgers. What else is there to say? Fantastic arm strength. Sure, might not be the greatest anymore. 2-time MVP, but Aaron Rodgers is pretty good, of course, obviously. Fantastic arm strength. Can get the job done the fourth quarter. Played very well, did what he needed to do in the divisional round game against the Seahawks last year. Absolutely played horrendous in the NFC Championship game against San Francisco. That's besides the point. Very, very good. Very good, I would say. Aaron Rodgers still. Number 4, we got Drew Brees. Again, great arm strength. Fortunately, didn't really perform that well in the playoffs, Brees, but regardless, all-time passing leader. I think he's the all-time touchdown. No, he's not, but still a very fantastic player nonetheless. And, obviously Drew Brees, one of the greatest ever. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain with these guys. The more, the not fantastic quarterbacks, I kind of explained up, but just when I'm explaining my top 5, it's just you've already heard all these points. Obviously, Drew Brees, Super Bowl champ, he's fantastic, future Hall of Famer, yeah, all that good stuff. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Well, he's MVP. Not bad for running back. Those Joes getting old. I don't know. I think they're getting pretty stale, but whatever. We got Lamar Jackson at number 3. Very good quarterback again. I think he could work just a little bit in the passing game. Very fantastic rusher, of course. Broke the record for rushing yards by a quarterback last year. But I think overall, still very, very, very good. Yeah. I think right now he's 3. I think that's where I would put him right about now. But oh well. I don't know. Well, Lamar Jackson could certainly improve. I think he could be the best quarterback in the league in a few years, but for right now, nope, I do not think so. Number 2, best quarterback in the NFC, Russell Wilson. Very elusive. This man has such a horrendous O-line every year and just gets the job done. And, sure, he doesn't have an MVP vote, which I think is stupid, but regardless, very, very good and very consistent quarterback. Russell Wilson, of course. He's elusive and, he's really making guys like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, really breaking them out into star wide receivers, I think. And then number 1, obviously, it's Jake Rudolph, fantastic quarterback in the Miami Dolphins. All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Former Lions quarterback. Yeah, he got scratched. Yeah, who cares about that? Tyler Reddick, or I'm thinking of the NASCAR driver. Whoops, Josh Reddick. Josh Reddick, best quarterback in the NFL by far, dude. Tua, Fitzpatrick, dude. They ain't got nothing on this guy, dude. Patrick Mahomes, who is he? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, fantastic quarterback. I think he has 2 of the best combinations in the league. Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I think those are the 2 best combinations in the league currently. Obviously, Jake Rudolph, though. Keep your lookout for him. But, obviously Mahomes is the best. So, yeah. No need to even explain. Super Bowl champ. I have the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again next year. So, at least Super Bowl. Maybe not winning, but at least having to making it back. But that's going to be it for me. You're Sportscaster on YouTube. Appreciate you stopping by. This was Chris Sims versus Floodsters Sports Zone's top 40 QBs for the 2020 season. Yes, Blake Bortles is on my list. Not on Chris Sims. Chris Sims despises Bortles anyway. He always gives him garbage for no reason. Drives me up a wall. But regardless, that's going to be it for this stream, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yep, I was on streaming after this one. Thanks a lot for the split screen. But that's going to be from me. I'm Grant Fluff from Floodsters Sports Zone saying, have a good night. Of course, I will be camping this weekend, so don't know if you're going to get much sportscaster streams over the weekend. I might go on for the draft lottery with Alex tonight at 8. That's a huge might. And then maybe I'll try to commentate like the last 20 laps of the NASCAR race on Sunday. That's kind of like what I'm aiming for stream-wise. I'm probably not going to go on Saturday. And then Monday I'm coming back, and I'll probably be doing a stream Monday. But that's going to be it. Wanted to do this. Kind of want to make fun of Chris Sims and give my own opinions on it too. NBC Sports, I think you got to find Chris Sims because, like I said, no one's going to agree with our top 40 QB list. Nobody's going to agree. Of course, most would be like, oh, he's right. Mario and Bortles shouldn't even be anywhere near the top 40. Or guys like, obviously, I don't know how to explain this. Like, Andy Dalton's better than pretty much all the rookies. I'm like, oh, all right, making good points, but. I don't know. To me, those are my top 40. And, of course, you can go see Chris Sims' top 40 anytime as well. But see you guys later. I'm Grant Fluff from Floodsters Sports Zone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And, hope to see you guys in the future.